Story today, a California sheriff says deputies likely disrupted a third assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump. But the armed man arrested on Saturday near the site of a campaign rally in the California desert says he supports Trump and meant him no harm. Las Vegas resident Vim Miller was released on $5,000 bail hours after he was taken into custody on weapons charges. Authorities say Miller had a shotgun, a loaded handgun, ammunition, and fake passports in his vehicle. No federal charges have been filed, and the Secret Service has not described the incident as an attempted assassination, but the agency says it has enhanced Trump's security.
And we're joined by former Secret Service agent Barry Donadio. He was assigned to the White House during the administrations of former President George W. Bush and Barack Obama. Thank you for taking the time to be with us this morning. So the sheriff in Riverside County, California, described the incident Saturday as a possible third attempt on the former president's life. The suspect is denying this. What's your read on what happened?
Thanks for having me again, gentlemen. And anything is with this individual, but my guess is no. I think this is a man that was attending a rally from out of state, probably, as a gun owner. The states have different laws on whether you can carry guns or not, or how they're registered. He probably just had them with him or in his trunk, probably didn't think about it, any breaking of any law, got caught up at a checkpoint. I don't know what's going on with his license being expired, his plates, but I understand that's the reason for the initial stop, and then it just unfolded from there. So he just got the 2 gun charges. He's out walking the streets right now on bail, $5,000 bail. So I don't think the judge thought it would be an assassination attempt either. So I think that's until we find out more, that's where I'm at with that.
Of course, everyone right now is on high alert security-wise based on the 2 previous threats on Trump's life. The Secret Service says the former president is getting the highest level of protection, but his campaign is asking for more, including armored vehicles and military aircraft that could actually shoot down missiles if it came to that. What more, if anything, could the Secret Service do to ensure his safety?
Well, I think the bulletproof enclosures while he's on a stage is an important development, and if it were up to me, I would be implementing that just about every time he's up on a stage. There's also the optics that we have to pay attention to, and the sensitivities of political candidates and how their campaigns want to present their political candidate to the public. So there's a lot that's at play here. There are special equipment being used, to protect presidents, to protect former presidents and presidential candidates. There's also technologies there. There's also special medical capabilities as well. So these are all at play. I think Director Rowe at the Secret Service was very transparent in the past and most recently stating what they're doing, and they're bringing his level of protection right up to President Biden's protection as well as Kamala Harris.
And when you look at this recent incident, it's certainly unclear. A lot of questions are unanswered at this point. But how common is something like this? I mean, you've protected presidents in the past where you have an individual that has firearms that may be at a rally. How often do you actually see something like this?
It can happen quite often. I mean, there are all sorts of people that come to political events with all different beliefs, all different. So anything is possible. There are states where people are not breaking any law whatsoever. The Secret Service, at least when I was there, they don't want to tread on any individual rights. It's very, very important with the Secret Service not to impede against constitutional rights of Americans, and all while protecting their protectees. So, these things happen. I've worked checkpoints where, somebody had a bullet, for instance, and it went through a magnetometer. This was a person that had a pistol permit and just simply forgot that they had a bullet on them, and that was it. And there was absolutely no threat whatsoever. And obviously the bullet was confiscated and nothing else happened of the event. But these things do happen, and especially in the states where it is legal to carry a firearm. And, they could be an inadvertent case where, they may not be paying attention and they didn't realize they were going to go through a checkpoint, and then lo and behold, you're stopped by law enforcement. But, law enforcement on a local level did exactly what they were supposed to do in this case. They keyed on to a suspicious individual. The vehicle was not registered. So that's what seemed to be the starting point of this whole thing. And then the firearms charges were, under California law. And he's, so far from what I understand, he's only been charged with the 2 charges. And I'll say again, the releasing on $5,000 bail for a court date that's as far out as January is really kind of just business as usual in a U.S. courtroom. You might find something like that for even a petty theft or even a trespass. So at least the judge or whoever granted bail or a court commissioner found the person really wasn't a threat or a flight risk to be released, and he's
Right.
among us right now. He denies the charges based on what I read as well. So.
That's all really important context, because this is a fascinating and developing story. Barry Donadio, thank you for coming on and sharing your expertise. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again, gentlemen.
Of course. And now we